Everyone is completely amazed because of this talking dog. Yep, no one ever left this island at all. My god. But when Jake completely got in trouble because his magic abilities are completely dangerous, Nova completely made Finn and Jake completely unconscious. They get stuck in this jail, but that didn't last long until Mom finally realized that is actually his son.
Uh, my name's Finn. Are you my...
It is you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're alive. My Nervabot, hug my son. You're beautiful. My boy, baby Finn. Oh, you're so big. Last time I saw you, you were 6.875 kilograms, and now, look at you.
And apparently when Finn and Mom are completely gone, things get completely worse back at the island, which completely made everyone completely sick. Nova has this idea to have every single person to be cyborg, so this island will be back to the way it was and no one will ever die. And not only that, she becomes the electronics so that she would never die because of the disease that she has. She really wants Finn to stay home forever, which ends the second to last episode of this miniseries. Now time to get to the final episode, The Light Cloud. She really doesn't want Finn to leave because of the dangers of the outside. But when Finn uses his hand on the TV thing, she completely saw everything that Finn did. And it just really proves that it is actually dangerous. But when Finn tells everyone that they should give the outside the chance, her mom doesn't give that a chance. And by protecting this entire island, anyway, Finn decides to go back to her house, and then he does it again, but about help. She finally understands, and she comes to the realization that she doesn't need Finn to be here, even though she really wants to. Anyway, Finn and the others are about to leave the island, but that machine completely chopped the boat. But those were actually fake. When Finn tried to stop the machine finally realized that he should really stop because of Nova completely telling him that he did a good job and he should stop protecting the island. Susan and her friend decided to stay and move on to their own adventure. Looks like we're probably going to see another episode between these two. And just before the end credits and the end of the miniseries, we get to see Nova and Finn hugging and actually interacting with each other face to face. And that's how the miniseries ends. Okay, I have a lot to talk about of why I'm burning out from the show, but I'm just gonna get the good stuff out of the way about the miniseries. I will say that this is the closest that I enjoy in the newest seasons of Adventure Time. After season 2, I really didn't like most of the episodes anymore. I know it's kind of awkward for you to hear that, but let me explain later. Anyway, most of the scenes are really good. There are a few problems, but I already talked about them. And as for the good parts, it's obviously the flashbacks just like in Sticks. But unlike Sticks, this is actually really serious. Because for almost every single episode, we never get to see the history of humans in the show. But here we get to. And it's kind of sad that everyone died because of the disease that they had. I know I'm not giving a lot of information about this miniseries, but I'm really sorry. I really don't care about the show anymore. I mean, I used to back in 2011, but years later, I get even more burned out from this show. Again, wait later. I'm gonna completely relate a lot. I really actually like the dramatic scenes in this miniseries. It's pretty much one of the most emotional things in this entire show. Until the time it came. Yeah, I really didn't like any of the other emotional scenes in the other seasons. Oh boy, I just keep becoming the broken record, am I? Anyway, seeing Mom and Finn meeting for the first time since her seeing him as a baby was actually kind of sweet. Pretty much one of the sweetest things in this entire miniseries. And I really enjoy Nova a lot. There's a reason why she wasn't into the show really early, or just like Finn's dad did, because she was always staying on this island, so nothing bad can ever happen since the outside of the island is completely dangerous, which is really understandable. I mean, Finn completely remembered that Jake's mom and dad is actually their parents, but apparently it really wasn't. So I really enjoyed this scene a lot, especially the end of the last episode. As for the scenes between Kayla and Frida, and just so you know, Kayla is actually Susan Storm's name, but she wants her to be called Susan Storm, was actually kind of really memorable. I mean, throughout the entire series of the show, Susan Storm doesn't understand English a lot ever since that he left this island just like Finn did. And the relationship is pretty good. After the miniseries, they might have an episode together, since it's really completely unknown of what they're going to do next, since they're not with Finn and Jake anymore. I mean, they might meet Finn and Jake again, but not anytime soon. And that's all I have to say about this miniseries. I'm really not kidding. That's really all I have for this miniseries. Okay. This is probably going to be a very long video to understand where I'm coming from this show. I mean, back in 2011, I love Adventure Time Season 1 through 2. I really enjoy Season 1 and 2 a lot, but not the other seasons. Why? Because in the first two seasons, the emotional scenes were really better than the newer seasons in my opinion. I know some people may have different opinions about the first and two seasons, and the show got really better when Season 4 got along, but when Season 5 and Season 6 got along, some people really lost their trust on the show. I know you might understand where I'm coming from, but here's this. Here's a story that really happened to me a year ago. I know it's really hard to believe, but I really want to talk about this right away for my subs. You see, in December of 2015, I finally got the ability to comment on other YouTube videos. And I really wasn't good at commenting a lot of videos lately during that time, since I was new. And during that time, I never had any plans on making YouTube videos, since I really don't know how to make some. And I got my real iPad in June of 2016, when I got the ability to make more YouTube videos. But anyway, the story is about me and Civilized Elk. If you don't know who this guy is, I'll tell you. He also reviewed Adventure Time's episodes a very long time ago, but during that time, he really wasn't that popular. He only reviewed Season 1 episodes, and he only reviewed a few Season 6 episodes, but until in Season 7 came around, he decided to review every single Season 7 episode, except some of the episodes that he really didn't like. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this guy instead of the miniseries, or my thoughts on the trust on Adventure Time? Well, because of January of 2016, last year, you see, in this Vomits review, I completely made multiple comments. Why? Because I really didn't have the ability to make a gigantic, long comment to put everything in, so that's why I had to make like 10 or 12. Until I got his attention, and I really got so obsessed with this because I really want everyone to understand where I'm coming from the show. And not only that, I completely unintentionally hijacked and spammed its Civilized Elk. Now you might see that there's 26 comments on that guy on Fiona McCann or something. I can't spell her name or something. But apparently all those comments were removed. Why? Because when I completely crossed the line of hijacking, he completely got overreacted and completely called me immature for doing that. I didn't mean to hijack, and I was actually very regretful for what I did. Even when I said to this guy, mind your own business, I'm only talking to him. Yes, I actually said that because I wasn't intentionally trying to talk to her. I was actually trying to talk to Uncivilized Elk, even though that she said that I'm hijacking. And about me spamming, is that I actually comment on his two Steven Universe's episodes, and I didn't watch Steven Universe at all because I had little interest of the show, even though one of the wires were one of the wires from Adventure Time. And when I apologized to him, he completely accepts, but he doesn't agree with my opinion. If you want to know what I put down in those comments, it was about Princess Bubblegum's fleshed out personality. You see, ever since Toulon, I really completely got confused a lot. I was 13 years old, and just so you know, I have autism. But I really don't want to talk about that since I'm really good at making these videos, and I really want to stay out of this situation. Anyway, when Phoebe became back to the way she was and she completely ignores Finn about everything, here's my issue with this. It just came out way too early. And throughout every episode I see of her completely blaming Finn, even though that Finn has every right to be blamed, even though he really didn't mean to do it, I really completely dislike her in the newer seasons. Now, before any of you ask, yes, I pretty much know that Finn and Phoebe can't be together because of age differences, but there was never a problem like that in the earlier seasons. And when the Civilized Elk told me that she was messed up in the earlier seasons because of skeletons in her closet, I still have a problem with believing that because, for one, it's just so minor to look at. The problem I have with PB is that she never understands where Finn is coming from, even though what he's doing is kind of taking it a bit too far. But PB is Finn's friend, and I really want to understand what the friendship is coming from. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that throughout the entire show, I always have a grudge against Princess Bubblegum because of her personality. And I always perform as a perfect character, even though that later on I was really confused and didn't know what was going on, except with everyone else. Yes, I know you might be kind of confused, but I'm not done with the Civilized Elk thing yet. Anyway, when his 6th miniseries mega review was released, I made multiple comments. However, in my first comment I said, I'm not trying to hijack or give any attention. I just want to make this entire paragraphs of my thoughts on this miniseries and my thoughts on this show as well, especially Finn being kind of immature and useless. You see, I made multiple comments on that video because I really want to show my feelings and thoughts on the episodes, because I barely made any videos because I can't just use one of my electronics from other places to use to make videos, because not only that, I had a different account and I wasn't Lonely Fanboy 48 yet. I just exposed my real name. But anyway, apparently he really didn't look at it, and then I bet when the Starbuck the camera's back is when the next video